Hello, everybody. Welcome to Combat Corner. My name's Colby.
I'm Jackson.
And today we've got some news to talk about. There's a UFC fight card coming up this weekend. It's a bit of a average, basic fight night card, but we'll be watching because we're not casuals. Amanda Ribas versus Rose Namajunes. That's the main event. Carl Williams, not to be confused with Kyle Williams. He is the co-main event against Justin Tuffer.
I don't think anyone was confused.
Yeah, maybe I was.
Oh, okay.
And then we've also got a little bit of news to discuss. Few things. Periera's in the headlines here. Sean Strickland, he's talking, and Israel Adesanya isn't giving Dricus the fight that he wants, apparently. So
we have a drink to review. It's called All Press Espresso Black. We went for the black one.
This, I have had one of these before.
Have you?
In Thailand.
I haven't
had one of these
had
in
one.
Thailand. So let's get into the show, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Combat Corner.
Crack.
And then we're in.
It goes. Simple is beautiful. Perfectly brewed. Brazilian specialty coffee.
Bro,
Rich, smooth, and ready to do good things to your day.
that's strong as fuck.
Yeah?
Try a sip of that.
How much caffeine's in it?
163 meg. This is like 3 times one of your the Boss coffees.
Whoa.
It would be more than 3.
Gee whiz.
If you smell it, it kind of smells like Wheat Bix.
Yeah, it smells very strong. There's no sugar in it.
Yeah, it's just black coffee.
Oh, yeah. 163 milligrams of caffeine. That's crazy.
That's pretty mad. So we might be going a little bit insane as the show progresses. It's all right. I've got to work out after this, so that'll get me through that. What's going on, Jackson? How have you been?
I've been okay. Yeah, man. Since I saw you 2 days ago,
Yeah.
things have really just,
Falling apart.
No, not really. No, I
Come
wasn't gonna
together.
say that. Yeah, everything's just gelling so well, man.
Oh, that makes
I'm
me really happy.
pretty tired. I had a big session on the assault bike last night.
Ah,
Kind of hurt. Now my body is hurting today.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
Is there more than one assault bike at your gym?
No, there's just one.
So you and Riley just take turns, just
No, Riley wasn't doing it last night. It was just me.
okay.
Yeah, Riley was doing. I was looking over at him while I was on the assault bike, and he was doing some pull-ups.
Pull-ups.
Yep,
That's nice. Can you do
Yep.
a pull-up, Jackson?
I can do a pull-up, Kobe. Yes, I can.
This is therapy section.
Yeah.
Section. This is a therapy session. I want to see. I want to.
This is what we talk about when there's 2 women non-title fight headlining a fight night on the weekend.
And I mean, Rose.
Oops, I said it. Yeah, I did.
You did. You said it.
Wait, are we live?
Are we live? Is this thing on? No. What? Rose Namajunes. She's fighting Amanda Ribas. It could be a bit of a banger. I mean, Rose has had some pretty awesome fights, but ever since that fight with Esparza, I've pretty much lost interest in Rose Namajunes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, agreed. That was a terrible fight.
Yeah.
And is she still got the same coach /
I don't think they got divorced.
Well, no, but she could have like realized that her career and relationship might need separating.
I don't think that's how grooming works.
Fair enough.
I think you're pretty much stuck.
Mm.
Pretty tough to get out of that. So, no, she hasn't got a new coach. Pat Barry is still coaching her, fingering her.
Oh,
I'm sure he does.
well,
Yeah. I'm just stating the.
yeah, you just don't
Obvious
have to
facts,
put
right?
pictures in my mind like that.
Okay. Rose, we're here for you. If you're in danger in any way, if Tom Aspinall's maybe asking a couple too many questions, we're here for you. But look, Amanda Ribas, exciting fighter. She's had some good wins in her time as well. She's shown some mettle. Been a bit of an up and down fighter in the last little while. But
Didn't she have that banger of a fight last year?
She did, and she got that like last minute finish.
The one that scored me like 8,000 XP
Yeah.
on Verdict MMA.
You've not been doing so well since
which
then.
is a fantastic application. You guys should download if you haven't.
Absolutely.
And use
Download Verdict.
use the promo code Combat Corner for 20% more XP.
Exactly.
That's not true.
It isn't true at all. What are you talking about? But no, yeah, download. If you're a fan of the show, download Verdict. Send us your picks. We will put them on our story every week, give you a bit of exposure, and you enter the sweepstakes to win nothing apart from some clout.
Yeah,
That's about
clout
it.
from our 76 Instagram followers.
91.
Oh, 91.
Yeah. But Ribas, she's one of these fighters that obviously the UFC want to build into something. You know, they keep pushing her over and over and over and over and over again. And she's just been going back and forward with wins and losses.
Yeah.
Like, obviously
Since 2021.
Yeah, and now she's fighting Rose in the main event of a fight night, who is also coming off 2 losses. This is a scramble of a main event.
It is,
if I have
yeah.
to say so myself. This is terrible. This is fucking shit.
This is
This is rubbish. What is this shit, man?
this is the third fight of the night at best.
Yeah,
okay.
this shouldn't touch. This, yeah, probably third,
Where's
maybe second.
Rosenstrike when you need him?
I know, Biggie boy, put him in there, man.
Rosenstrike versus Rose. That'd be
That'd be a good fight. Rosenstrike versus Pat Barry. Winner gets Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, she's been bouncing back and forward. The last fight she had was a bit of a lucky win. Let's be real. She was losing the fight.
I picked it.
You did call it. Yeah, that was complete not luck at all, was it? But you know what I mean, right? She was losing the fight. She gets the KO at the end of the fight, and now she's the winner.
Mm.
But like, she lost pretty convincingly to Macy Barber. She had a win to Ahujo, who's recently just fought. And then a loss, and then a win, and then a loss. And then before that, she was looking pretty good. She obviously beat Paige Van Zandt pretty easily, but Paige was, she was on her way out at that point.
Excuse me.
Mackenzie Dern, she beat. Like, she was doing well, and I can see why they think they kind of believe that she's got some, something to her, I guess you could say. She's cute. She's got a entertaining personality. Maybe that's why. And she's coming up against the Groomed.
The Groomed.
Yeah.
Rose, the Groomed, Namajunes.
And look, I think she can definitely win this fight, but
How old is she? Does it say 30 or 38?
30.
These lights, these $6,000 lights are just
They get in the way sometimes.
on my head in.
But Rose, where's she sitting now with age? She's 31. She's still got a lot ahead of her as well. Obviously a former 2-time champion. Which is something you can't take away from her, obviously. But it's weird. This division is quite strange. Sorry, she went up a division, right?
Rose.
Yeah.
Thug.
She's a thug.
No, I don't think so.
I think she went up strawweight. She's now fighting flyweight.
Oh, okay.
So she went up a division. Wait.
That's since her loss to Esparza.
Correct. So she's trying out a new division, but she obviously lost in her
debut
in this division
against Ferriet.
Periera. So I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. She lost to Ferriet.
This is pretty dead.
This is pretty dead. If I was to pick a winner here, I'd say Rose Namajunes is probably going to outpoint her, keep her at distance, land the bigger strikes.
She's got more 5-round experience as well.
That's a good point.
But Ribas did show in that last fight that she can just put her head down and grind out a victory. Like,
yeah, she can find a finish.
Yeah,
she can finish you off. And Rose can do the same though. Let's be real.
Right. Yeah. No, but she was getting beaten up. This is Ribas, I'm saying, in that last fight for 2.5 rounds, and then just turned it around and late in the third.
She's always got it.
Yeah. So I think I don't think this will be an early finish from either of them, but I think this could grind out to the later rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Good to know.
Yeah, man.
So you think there's going to be a finish later on?
I'm just not interested at all.
Well, be interested. Come on, pick.
I'm going to go Ribas again. I'm going to go Ribas by 4th round TKO.
Okay.
Screw it. I don't care if that's what happens, but I'm going to say that.
Well, there you go.
I said
I'm going to go Rose Namajunes by decision. I don't think either of these guys are going to finish each other.
They're not guys.
Either of these women, these strawweight women, are going to finish each other. I think this is going to be a decision victory for Rose Namajunes, and then maybe one more fight for her, and we might see her fight for a belt at strawweight, flyweight. Let's have a look at the flyweight division to just kind of see what's going on. Where is it standing right now? So if we scroll on down here, let's pop this on our handy little screen. That isn't anywhere to be seen. Where is it?
Alexa Grasso is the current women's flyweight champion.
Sorry, guys, just doing a bit of Jamie work in the background.
Yeah, not in the background at all. It's all over the screen.
There we go. So here's our little screen that we're looking at. So Alexa Grasso, obviously the champion.
Rose isn't even on the rankings there.
No, because she hasn't won in this division yet. She lost.
Bugger.
This is how fucking stupid this Fight Night card is, man.
Bugger.
But, if she gets a win, Ribas is set there at 8. She'll obviously have to fight again if she plans to fight for the belt.
Maybe an Andrade.
Third fight against Andrade.
Oh, she already fought her a couple of times.
Yeah.
See?
You just don't give a shit.
No.
Aaron
Sometimes
Blanchfield.
I do research and then I was like,
do you really?
It's not worth it. Yeah, I do.
Obviously, Forio is up there at the top at number 3. I don't want to see her fight her again. It's bait, man. If she wins, whoever wins, give them a title elimination fight against Aaron Blanchfield. Let's just do that and be done with it. All right. Moving on to the co-main event. And by the way, Dana, we're not happy with this whatsoever. This is not good enough. What do you think about that?
What do you mean, what do I think? I just said the whole time that I don't care. This is like the biggest I don't care fight night of the year.
It quite possibly
this
is.
This is the I don't care of the year.
I don't care of the year.
Okay.
Carl Williams is fighting Justin Tuffer. Bit of a banger here. Carl Williams, he's 9-1. Obviously, Justin Tuffer's been a little bit up and down in the UFC. We see him step in for his brother, maybe? Couldn't really tell what exactly has happened.
Well, I'm pretty sure he is stepping in for his brother, because if you remember when Junior Tuffer stepped in for Justin Tuffer in the last, what was that, in January?
Maybe they swapped fights.
Yeah. Junior was already booked for this matchup. So...
And I think he hurt his leg pretty bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so he wasn't making this turnaround.
His leg was dead.
His debt was lead.
It will take some resurrecting.
Well, are you alright? You're drinking that coffee and getting even tireder.
I don't know what's going on with me.
Is it the Rose effect?
I've been sleeping. Yeah, it's this card is putting me to sleep. I've been sleeping a lot lately, and I'm just getting more and more tired.
Are you sleeping too much?
No.
How much do you sleep?
Like 7.5 to 8 hours. Yeah.
You have to go see a doctor.
Oh, I don't want to see a doctor.
I'll talk to Aiden. He knows about energy.
They only practice medicine. You know, they don't really know. They're just practicing.
Ah, right. They're just practicing.
Yeah.
No, you're right. They're often really fat and gross as well.
Yeah.
So, like, why are they giving me advice on health?
Exactly.
Give me a fit doctor. I want a fit doctor.
Swab my cock, and that's all I will let you do to me, okay? Swab my cock, and...
Swab the carb.
Swab the cock, and finger and bum. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I will go to the doctor for.
Swab my cock. Please, swab it now.
I go to the doctor 3 times a week for them to swab my cock.
Just in case. Just in case.
I'm like, they're like, oh, here he comes.
Here he comes. He's in for a swab. He's in for a swab yet again. There's the bald retard.
Swabbeth cocketh.
Oh, I can't say that word.
What'd you call me?
Nothing. I honestly didn't even say anything.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. You're hearing shit. So Carl Williams is 9-1. He's had 2 fights in the UFC after his Contender Series win. All unanimous decisions. So yeah, for a big guy, he's not getting that many KOs. He's fighting Justin Tuffer, who we know well can get the KO from anywhere. coming off basically a 3-fight win streak.
Where did he get it from last time?
Punches.
Oh, okay. What about the time before that?
Punches.
And the time before that?
Punches.
No, it was head kick.
Head
you
kick.
are wrong. Do some research.
Well, there you go. Proves me right. He can get it from anywhere. Coming off a 3
He can
fight.
get it from anywhere.
I think he might have
What kind of innuendo is
7
that
wins,
applied?
7 finishes by KO.
That's hot.
It's pretty good.
That's hot.
He is known to lose a decision every now and then. He's lost 2 decisions.
That's not hot.
But slowly going up in the heavyweight division. All his fights are quite short. But another one of those standard heavyweight fighters with little technique, a lot of power, just in there to scrap, doesn't really train cardio, standard kind of thing. But I see him getting a finish pretty early in this fight. I think he is just levels above Carl Williams. What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't really seen much from Carl Williams. I'm not gonna lie. Look, this is just me today. I'm just gonna say no. I don't really know. Don't really care. But this fight will be fun to watch. I know that for sure. Because I know Justin Tuffer, good bloke, Australian. I like that. He's from Brisbane.
Is he?
What the fuck? It says Brisbane, New South Wales. Brisbane is not in New South Wales.
Damn. Sorry about that.
Sherdog is tripping. Maybe. Oh, no, that's just wrong. Brisbane is in Queensland.
Shit.
Wrong state. That's really throwing me off now. I don't know if if it seems like I don't know anything about the rest of these fights, it's just because that there has thrown me off.
This is a real good advertisement for our podcast.
Stat there. Brisbane, New South Wales. We all know that's where Brisbane is in New South Wales. You know Brisbane, that place in Queensland? Yeah, it's actually in New South Wales. According to Sherdog. We need to take this website down.
Okay.
I think Justin Tuffer will win by a first round KO. Mainly because that is where he normally wins. By a first round KO.
Yes, you're right, yeah.
I think it will be his hands that do it. I think his hands will do the KO.
You think he's going to finish him off with his hand?
Yeah, I think he's going to finish the other guy's hands off. I think he's going to punch him in the hands, and it's going to knock the other guy out.
Okay.
Yeah.
An interesting take.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. So, all right, there we go. Maybe I'll just do the talking from here on out. Carl Williams, you're not going to have a good day, basically. Moving on to the next fight on the card. Edmund Shaburzian's back, and he's fighting AJ Dobson. Edmund Shaburzian, he was a bit of an up-and-comer for a while, but he's taken some losses.
26 years old.
He's a young lad.
Good for him.
Let's just open up
20th of November. It was his birthday in 1997.
Wow.
That's a little fact that I know about him. I didn't just read it off the screen.
Well, okay. So he's he's still young, 6'2". He is, like I say, he was doing very well. He was undefeated up until that fight against Derek Brunson. And in that fight against Derek Brunson, he kind of just got manhandled, as Derek kind of does to people who just aren't quite at that level. Classic gatekeeper. Then he lost to Jack Hermanson, Imamov.
That's a rough few names,
Yeah, it is definitely. Top of the division for sure.
Top of the crop.
But then he also he got a win. He came back against Lungiabula.
That guy, yeah, I know that guy.
Beat him by TKO, so got back there. But then he also lost to
in the
Anthony
second
Hernandez.
round, I believe.
Correct. Then he lost to Anthony Hernandez, who we know is good, right? Do you know who Anthony Hernandez is?
I do know
the guy who looks like Dylan.
That's right. Shout out Dylan.
So it's a bit of a step down in competition here for.
I think that's good
for Armin.
Based off just looking at his record, how tall is he?
6'2".
187 centimeters. Did it say? I couldn't read that.
He's 6'2".
So am I.
There you go.
And
he trains with Sean Strickland. He's one of his Sean Strickland's main training partners. He was there all fight week for the Duplessis fight.
Oh yeah.
So they're So he's been training with him a lot for the last couple of years, and now he's finally got a fight. Look, I think we're going to see him get a win here, and pretty dominant fashion. I think he's going to come back with a vengeance. He's still young, 26 years old.
Yeah, who's Dobson fought? Who's old Dobby fought?
So Dobson's had 3 fights in the UFC since a win on the Contender Series. He fought Jacob Malkoon, lost by decision. Armin Petrosian, who is pretty bad, and he lost to him.
So he's had 3 fights that have gone to decision.
Yes, and he lost 2 of them, 1-1. So I really don't see him getting a win over Edmund. I think Edmund, we're going to see him get a couple of wins in a row at least here. I don't think he's ready for a title run, but
no, I think he's going to have to kind of get some decent finishes against some maybe not so decent people, and then we
get
might
his confidence
see him
back.
Yeah, we might see him mount another little
Boy, what?
Sorry,
did you hear what he just said? We might see him mount another little boy.
No,
That's what you just said.
I said we might see him mount another little, and then you said boy.
I didn't say that.
You did.
Well, we'll have to go back on the camera later. See what we see. Yeah, I agree. I think we're on the same page here. I think you're right. You go on. You kind of look like him actually a little bit. Not him.
Yep. Man, I walk down the street sometimes and people will say, "Look, there's AJ Dobson." I say, "No, it's not.
Me.
It's not
you
me.
kind of look like Edmund. Not really.
The golden boy." Well, he is 2 years and 3 days older than me. That's the little stat that I'll pull out for the listeners.
So now people know what day your birthday is.
Yep.
Send him a gift.
Send
him
me
a gift if you want.
I'll leave Kobe's address in the description.
I'll be moving soon, so don't send anything here.
Really?
No. I'll talk about that later. This is private, not public information. All right. Moving on.
And I'm sitting here talking about getting my cock swabbed. You can't even talk about where you're moving.
You don't have to talk about getting your cock swabbed. That was completely your decision.
I had to. My doctor said if I'm going to do this for the 3rd time this week, you're going to have to go on your podcast and announce it to the world.
Oh, well, okay. I'm his doctor, by the way. This guy's a mental idiot. Moving on, we've got Peyton Talbot versus Cameron Simon. Cameron Simon, known for recently fobbing off MMA Guru.
Fobbing off?
Did you know about...
Is it an English term, is it?
Yeah, it means like... can you guess what it means?
Like, no. What is fobbing? That could, that could mean something about how you going.
Fobbing off means like if I'm like trying to hang out with you, but you're like trying to not hang out with me.
So what I normally do?
No, complete opposite.
Right, yeah.
He begs for me to hang out with him.
Right.
He sends me videos, tasteful nudes. But fobbing off means, so for example, if
I just want to ask to see if it looks normal,
I'll swab it. I'll swab it next time, mate. You don't have to send me pictures. Not around my parents.
Okay. Mr. Simon.
Cameron Simon. So he is, MMA Guru did a video recently. Apparently he's been fobbing him off, kind of. MMA Guru asked him to go onto his channel, and he said he didn't reply to him. And then he replied to him like 2 weeks later, said, "Oh, sorry, bro, I've been busy or something." And MMA Guru got a little bit triggered. I think
Cameron
he read
Simon,
too much into
can
it.
you come on our podcast as well?
MMA Guru did go on his podcast at one point when he was in South Africa.
The Guru went on Simon's podcast.
Yes, Simon's got a podcast.
Is it any good?
It's all right. It's a bit South African-y.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Maybe our podcast could be more South African.
No, I deal with South Africans every day at work.
I think we could do South
any more
African
of it.
podcast.
No.
We could make a podcast more South African.
Oh God. I quit.
I think we could have more segregation on the podcast and make it more South African.
Drickus du Plessis is friends of Cameron Simon.
That makes sense. They're both from the same country, yes?
And they train at the same gym.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Does it really?
Yeah, I mean, if you have friends from your gym, don't you?
I do.
Yep. That's the only link I have there.
You are on fire today, aren't you?
Peyton Talbot.
Peyton Talbot versus Cameron Simon.
Currently
so 7-0.
undefeated. which means he hasn't been beaten before, for those of you who didn't know
Cameron
what that means,
Simon's only loss
because-
was against C-Rod, who recently won last weekend.
Oh, yes, he did.
C-Rod was actually weighed in like way overweight for that fight, and
Right.
he beat him. Which, you know, I don't know what I think about that really.
The Rod.
So he's had one fight in the UFC after a successful fight on the Contender Series. Been getting a couple KOs here and there. Submission recently, and looks like a pretty decent contender here. And then we've got Cameron, the man. That's what we.
No, we don't call him that. I don't think we've ever called him that.
Well, I definitely haven't. I thought you did, but if you're saying you didn't, then I'll take your word for it.
Cameron the Seaman Simon.
Cameron Seaman.
Cameron Seaman.
This is Cameron Seaman, everybody. His last fight was a loss to C-Rod. Crod. And then he beat Terrence Mitchell. Quite a few decisions. He's quite a technical fighter. Small guy.
A very inexperienced matchup here, which I think is... I like these matchups.
Always fun.
It is.
It's always fun.
Because sometimes you get, you know, like what we saw with C-Rod on the weekend. He was versing an inexperienced guy, and he made him look a little bit silly in the third round. Whereas these guys are both going in there with no experience.
Or
Could
very
be-
little.
Very little, yeah. What, they have 17 fights between the two of them. That's not very much. Okay. That's all. Anyway,
I think we're going to see Cameron Simon outpoint Talbot. Talbot's a bit wild. He's still yet to kind of tame the wildness of his striking. I think we're going to see Simon control this fight on the ground and on the feet. He's going to use his superior striking to grind out a win, I think. He's going to take that O away from Peyton Talbot.
I'm going to go the other way.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Why is that?
Well, there's just something about,
Peyton?
yeah, Peyton. That's just,
You just love Peyton.
I love Peyton. Look, I don't think there's any hating on Peyton.
Fair
That's what I say. The Tal bot.
bot from Tal.
The bot from Tal.
Fair play. And then we've got Billy
Who is that?
Carantillo.
Who's he?
Billy Carantillo.
You know this guy too?
No. I have watched him fight before, for sure.
He's a black belt
Doing my
in
research.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
35 years of age. Quite an experienced guy. 18-5, 23 fights overall.
Math.
Been on a bit of an up and down kind of run. He obviously beat Alexander Hernandez, which is quite impressive. Lost to Shane Burgos, which is no bad feat on the record. Lost to Edson Barboza. That knee KO was absolutely wicked. That was one of the KOs of the year, in my opinion, last year. And then recently came back, got a win over Damon Jackson. So, you know, he's been doing pretty well. He's fighting Yusuf Zalal, from
The
the
Moroccan
United
Devil.
States. The Moroccan Devil. On a 3-fight win streak, but this is his first fight in the UFC. He lost to Sean Woodson before. Sean Woodson's pretty good. Ilia Topuria. Decision, though.
So it's not his first fight in the UFC.
Oh, so he got cut and now he's back.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Look, so Yusuf's back. He's had some pretty impressive wins before. Some pretty impressive losses that stand up pretty well. I think he's going to get it done. I think he's going to get it done by TKO.
Deep. So deep.
Let's move on to other things.
Can we talk about the news? The big UFC news that happened this week, you know?
Nothing.
Roadhouse is in cinemas.
Roadhouse is
today.
in cinemas.
Today. Because this is released on the same day as Roadhouse. You see?
Tomorrow.
Yep. That's exciting. I saw a
is.
little clip of Dylan Dennis at the premiere.
With his mum.
Was it his mum?
That's his mum.
With all the work done?
That's his mum, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think she's like a porn star or something.
Ooh. Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious.
Is Dylan Dennis's mum a porn star?
I don't know whether maybe she's not a porn star or like a stripper or something.
Dylan Dennis, mum, occupation, and where to find her. That's what you should Google. What the fuck?
Let's have a look. Revealing the mystery.
Who are Dylan Dennis's parents?
The search for a missing father. I think his family died, unfortunately. His father died.
Okay, why are you laughing, Kobe?
No, because I said I think his family died. That's just retarded. There's his mum.
Oh.
This is Dylan Dennis's mum. There she is with Conor McGregor. Minutes before he penetrated. Used his penetration step. There's Dylan again. Dildo, as known by the public.
Right.
So, yeah, Dylan Dennis's mum. Interesting. I don't really know what she did, what she does. I heard that she was maybe a stripper, but I think that could have just been like Logan Paul saying something about him.
Right.
Talking some shit. Apparently he's coming back. Apparently he's going to fight.
He's on the verge of signing with the UFC.
Apparently.
The only source so far is him, though. And he's an honest guy.
I don't think they'll ever sign Dylan Dennis. I think he might fight in boxing again against like Tyron Woodley.
His boxing was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Tyron Woodley would piece him up.
You'd think. But Tyron Woodley also is allergic to throwing a punch. You know? Sorry, I'll take this off the screen for you loyal listeners. But apparently he's thinking about a comeback. I don't really care at all. I don't think anyone does.
No.
So we'll see what happens there. There was something else that happened.
Alex Periera wanting to turn around from UFC 300 to UFC 301.
So this is kind of old news, but it's becoming more potent as we get closer to 300.
It's becoming more potent.
Potent. It's a good one.
Thanks,
well done,
man.
creative. So yeah, apparently Poatan, if he wins and he has no issues after 300, he would like to turn around and fight Ankalaev at UFC 301 in Brazil as the main event.
God damn.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, isn't it?
That is very
That
crazy.
actually happens. That's got to be one of the craziest storylines in UFC history, first of all. So fair play to Alex there. Yeah.
I would then give him the go-ahead to do whatever he wants after that.
Yeah, after that, it's up to him.
Yep. I mean, I know it's only 2 title defenses at that point if he beats Jamahal. And then Ankalaev. What's his first name again? Magomed. Jamahal and Magomed. And then he can go ahead and do whatever he wants.
Yeah, honestly, think about how much he's done for the UFC at that point. He would have headlined, 4 cards? 5?
Quite a
6?
bit.
Yeah.
Quite a few. I don't know how many, but yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. He's done bits, and
And it's only in like 2.5 years.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
How long since Poatan was signed to the UFC? Not that long ago. I'm telling you that. I think it is about 2.5 years. September 2021. Yep, pretty much bang on 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't do their research.
Think about how much he's done in that short time frame. Pretty impressive. And if he can turn around and do that, no one else has done 2 pay-per-view headlines in a row. That's pretty awesome. I think he could just retire at that point. Go train with Izzy.
No, I want to see him go to heavyweight. I want to see it.
Yeah, I do want to see that too. He's getting on a bit though, you know?
Doesn't matter. It's like the other thing too is it's not like he's one of these dudes with a unbeaten record either. Like he's what, fucking 9-2?
That's insane that's his record.
One of his first fights was a loss, wasn't it? In MMA.
I think so. I think his second fight, yeah.
Yeah, because he came to the UFC with a loss on his record already.
He did get knocked out by little TJ in sparring.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. I like how he does do a bit of acting. Oh, his first fight was a loss.
First fight was a loss. Then he was undefeated until the...
That changes everything. What a bum.
What a bum. Anyone who loses their first fight.
Yeah, you're a bum.
It's a bum.
But look at that. Since he fought Bruno Silva, since then, he has fought all UFC champions.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Sean wasn't a UFC champion at that point, but he showed
Since
afterwards
went on to be.
that he is championship material, and he did.
Great, and went on to have a great championship reign.
That's right. Of a few months. And then he beat Izzy, and then he lost to Izzy, and then he went up and fought Jan, who has been on the fringes of a belt for, well, since he lost it, really.
Decades. Yeah.
And then sparked out Yuri Prohaska, made it look fairly easy.
Patience.
Yeah, just waiting in the wings, and
No, absolutely.
turned his lights off
Turn them off.
and turned me on.
Turned me hard. Got me rock hard.
Yeah.
There's another thing that I wanted to bring up.
What's that, Kobe?
Ian Garry and Colby Covington have
Oh
been
my
talking
God.
a bit of shit. The cringiest two fighters in the UFC. Colby attempting to be cringy, tries to be cringy. He knows what he's doing.
I wanna
Gary
see that
is
fight.
just cringy, naturally.
I do want to see that
So
fight.
do I. That would be one of the biggest fights this year, probably, if that
Mhm.
happened. That
The
could
thing
headline
is-
a pay-per-view.
I liked Ian Garry, and I thought his striking was top notch until that Jeff Neal fight. And then I
You
kinda
liked
thought,
him before that.
No, I did. No, I
His
like watching
style.
him fight. Yeah. I also feel quite sorry for him, to be honest. I also think that he's digging himself a bit of a hole, and he thinks he's doing it from a righteous position. And
He's misguided.
he is very misguided. He doesn't understand the fact that he is the reason he's got here to this point where he is a bit of a
Cock.
a bit of a dickwad.
Yeah.
Just needs to own up to that, to take responsibility for that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but what I was saying, I feel sorry for the guy. Like, he's now training out of Brazil for the last wee while, and I think that is probably just to escape his normal life and just try and get away from it all. His Instagram comments are still turned off.
His wife's
His wife is still turned off.
by him, not by her
Not by
nutritionist.
not by the nutritionist that they've probably taken to Brazil with them. Look,
I feel
Ian
bad
Garry-
for him too, a little bit.
yeah,
But I also hate him.
yeah. I'm not a fan of the guy. I'm just saying
He is
I,
a cunt.
I would hate to be in that position.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be fun. So, because that's the thing, Colby tries to be the heel. He wants to be the heel. He wants everyone to hate him. Gary wants everyone to love him, but everyone just hates him so much. Like Colby got to the point where people actually started to kind of like him because they were like, "Oh, I see what you're doing. It's kind of funny."
Until he said that thing about Leon's dad.
And then the Leon performance as well was like it put people off. But Gary wants to be Conor McGregor, but no one likes it.
No.
Conor,
Make
Wait, what
MMA
was it?
great again.
Conor
hats.
McGregor.
Conor McGregor. That's right. Yeah, that was gold.
Conor McGregor. That is probably the best nickname that that Colby's ever come up with.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
I think so. It's so fucking
Conor
good.
McGregor.
I watched that as you were getting ready just before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But what was I going to say? Yeah, but that performance against Jeff Neal really
Yeah.
put questions in my mind about how good Ian Garry actually is.
Yeah.
Jeff Neal is someone who, sure, he deserves to be in the top 15, but never really anything more than that. I don't think we're going to see any significantly big wins for him in the remainder of his career. And Ian Garry didn't make that look all that easy. And if you're someone who talks the way that he does, in the way of, I'm going to be a champ, I'm going to be a double champ, I'm going to be a massive name in the sport, you would want to go out there and make mincemeat of someone
Yeah.
like Jeff Neal.
Exactly. Think about Conor McGregor on his way up. He finished everyone in his path apart from Max Holloway. But who finishes Max Holloway?
Nobody.
You know, no one.
Dustin Poirier.
He didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did by submission. Sorry. Yeah, true.
Aha.
But Conor also tore his ACL in that fight.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He did finish Dustin Poirier the fight after that, though.
Yeah.
Dustin's a pea head.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look,
You know what I
Ian-
mean? Like
Ian
yeah.
needs to be doing more. What was his fight before that? Who was that against? Magny?
Yes.
Did he finish Magny?
No, he did dominate him. Like he
He
did.
needs to be knocking people out, though.
I know. And the thing is, if he does keep winning, if he say he beat Colby and then he beat fucking Shavkat and then he wins the belt, everyone still absolutely despises him. He's the biggest star in the combat sports in general because people are just going to tune in to like watch him lose.
Yeah.
He's got that in the palm of his hands. If he can just keep winning, you know.
Shall we have a look at the welterweight division?
Walter White.
Kobe Braddock. Walter White division. Right. So, Shavkat number 3, Ian Machado number 7, Colby Covington number 4. Who else is Colby going to fight? I mean, what I can see is Jack fighting Shavkat, Della Maddalena.
I hope that happens.
Yeah, that would be a title eliminator, obviously. Ian versus Colby just makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ian versus Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns gets that done every day of the week.
You think so?
Yeah.
Ian Gaza.
Yep.
And Gilbert's in his corner as well, so
true.
I doubt that will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be Colby. It's right there on a silver platter. The two most hated fighters in the UFC.
But Colby's asking for, and I don't think Colby's going to back down from those demands he's making. It's not like he's scared of taking 2 years off the sport. Do you know what I mean? It's not like we haven't seen him do it like literally just yesterday. Like just before he fought Leon Edwards, he hadn't fought since Masvidal.
Yeah.
And before that, it was his loss to Usman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So like he didn't exactly earn another title shot. It was just him being
Loud.
Colby.
Yeah.
Being loud.
And I think he weighed in as backup for Usman versus Edwards too.
Right.
So that kind of put him ahead, you know, in a way.
Yeah, deservingly put him ahead of what's that guy's name that has
Someone
been
that no
fighting
one
his
cares
way
about.
to the top and still hasn't been given a title shot.
I don't know. Move on. So yeah, it's got to happen. Look, Colby versus Ian, it's got to happen.
When's Bilal versus Edwards going to happen?
Never.
Never.
Chuck it on a fight night. Chuck it on this fight night.
Aren't they going
Save
to the
the
UK
card.
soon?
They are. They're going to London mid-year, I think. Around mid-year. I think it's a fight night, though. I don't think it's a... They could make it a pay-per-view. For sure, they could. And maybe they will.
Michael Page should be fighting on that.
Yeah. Edwards, Bilal, Michael Page.
Paddy Pimblett. Who did you and Ash match Michael Page up against?
Oh, Wonder Boy.
Yeah. I was going to just talk about that. I think that fight would be awesome.
That would be a banger. You chuck him against Wonder Boy, it'll probably end up being boring.
Boring?
Yes.
You
It'll be
reckon?
a point fight. They'll struggle against each other. Like, people expect two high-level strikers to go out there and have a war, but what you really get is Till versus Wonder Boy.
What about Wonder Boy versus Holland?
They're not two high-level strikers.
Holland's a pretty decent striker.
He's a good striker, but we saw what happened against MVP, didn't we?
Yeah.
He got absolutely outclassed.
But he didn't get outclassed by Thompson.
He did.
Well,
He got pretty demolished towards the end.
towards the end, yeah. But that was,
Holland-
that was a close fight. Holland had him in some rough places in the first couple of rounds.
But Thompson's a very slow starter. All I'm saying is two very technical fighters. Holland is not a technical striker. He's a brawler with very powerful hands that catches people on the outside of his punches. It's not like... What?
I just think that fight would be a lot of fun. Michael Page,
yeah,
Stephen
we'll
Thompson.
see what happens. It will happen, and we'll see what happens.
I guess we will see what happens.
I want to end it there.
Do you?
I kind of need a shit.
Well,
I want to review...
we got one thing left to do.
Do we?
Yes.
Review the drink.
Yeah.
Black. Today we're reviewing Black.
I don't like it.
No, neither. It's too much.
Oh,
It's actually made me feel... See what you did there, mate. That's live on air. Caught being racist
Is this on?
yet again.
I'm
going to send that to
4K.
your job, people.
Job people.
So basically, this isn't very good. There's too much. It's too strong tasting.
I'm not yawning anymore.
Slightly
though.
too much caffeine, I think. I feel like
it's perfect. I like
jittery.
it. I really like it a lot.
no.
To be quite honest, yeah, it's really good.
I don't think it's really affected our ability to do a good podcast. You know that. Well, that was always in the bag. You know.
This was a terrible podcast.
No. Come on, mate. I want to put it.
If you'd made it this far, you suck. Sorry.
We love you. Where do you want to put it?
I want to put it below aloe vera, above Chubba Chub Grape, because I would drink this over Chubba Chub Grape. Does it taste better than Chubba Chub Grape? No, but it's a black coffee. It tastes pretty all right for a black coffee.
I'll agree with you then. Yeah.
Good.
Because I agree. It serves a purpose. Get it down, you've had your coffee, you've got your caffeine hit.
Correct.
We've been
two
Combat
handshakes
Corner.
in one episode.
I know, and we went so long without one.
Good point.
We've been Combat Corner. My name's Kobe.
Mine's still Jackson.
And we will see you
next week.
Tomorrow, actually, because there'll be a video coming out tomorrow. So we'll see you tomorrow, but we'll also see you next week.
Well, they'll see us tomorrow. We won't see them.
We won't see them tomorrow. We can see them right now, but not for long.